Cotton Branch got started as a way to find a place to help farm animals. Our area has dog and cat places, and there's a place for wildlife, but cows and pigs and that sort of animal had no place to go. Our funding is totally donation. Unfortunately, there's no state or federal funds for any kind of a nonprofit animal sanctuary. Last year we did everything for around $50,000. So this year we have more animals.
This is Jan Alberson, and I've tried to think of a better way to put it, but Jan's pretty much a saint. And you'll see what I mean if you keep watching. Jan has dedicated her life to helping and saving animals. For 16 years, she served as the director for the Carolina Wildlife Care Center. And when she was done with that, she moved out to Leesville, South Carolina to start Cotton Branch, a farm animal sanctuary.
Do you want me to still talk?
No, we'll wait for him. If you couldn't have guessed it, Jan loves animals. Probably a bit more than she likes people. She loves animals so much, she's taken more than 100 into her care. But I've said enough for now. I'll let some of Cotton Branch's board members tell you a bit more about St. Jan.
Jan is probably one of the most genuine people I have ever met. She dedicates her entire life to animals. Everything that she does, all centered around the animals. And she has pretty much ignited a fire in both of our lives to make sure that every animal that we can save, we will.
The first day that I was ever there at Cotton Branch, the first time I ever volunteered, I met Jan. She came out and introduced herself, and throughout the day she gave us a tour of the farm. She knew every single animal's name, backstory. She knows their personalities, and as I've worked there throughout this year, an animal can come up to her and its tail could wag a certain way, or their ears could do a certain thing, and she knows whether they're in pain, whether they're in discomfort, whether they're sad. The vast knowledge that Jan has for all animals that I've seen thus far is just immense and invaluable.
Jan is amazing. She's one of those people who, she's completely selfless. She's completely focused on helping the animals. That's like her reason for being. And she's just incredible. She's responsible for so much, and she just sort of takes it in stride.
So at this point, I figure you got it. Jan Alberson is one of the top 10, maybe even top 5 people in the world. But what you should know more about is Cotton Branch and its ongoing mission to rescue farm animals.
The mission statement for Cotton Branch is to be a place where orphaned or injured or abused, neglected, whatever, farm animals can come and live their lives peacefully. And I wish I had 1,000 acres.
The good thing about Cotton Branch is that you have an opportunity to get to know farmed animals as the individuals that they are. They're not being used for food or entertainment or other profit.
This amazing place where animals could be safe and happy that were traditionally mistreated, so commonly mistreated in our society, and have no place to go. And it was just so great to see them be somewhere where they were happy and able to act out their instinctual behaviors, and everyone was just so nice and welcoming and warm.
I wanted to get involved with Cotton Branch because I wanted to meet the animals. Like, I've never been on a farm. I've never met a cow or a horse or pigs, so I think meeting the animals was what got me involved.
My first impression was just that it was a happy place. It was beautiful out there. There's so many animals, so many different kinds of pigs. Was really the first thing that struck me. I didn't even know there were that many different kinds of pigs.
non-vegan or vegan, everyone that comes out there, we like to hope that they see the animals for more than just a thing, and actually see them as a male or female, and realize that they have personalities and social structures, and they experience fear and, you know, happiness and joy and sadness and pain and excitement. I mean, they have all the same emotions that we do.
You know, there's not a lot of places you can go where it's everything from cats to horses and every animal in between. And there really are just all types of animals there. And it's so neat to be exposed to a lot of animals that many of us don't have the chance to see.
Okay, so let me guess what you're thinking. Cotton Branch is a perfect place without a single problem, and it doesn't need your help. Well, you're wrong. Cotton Branch runs only on donations. And if you couldn't have guessed it, these animals, they eat a lot. And I mean a lot. With just a little bit of your help, these animals can continue to live the lives they were meant to lead.
It's always a struggle because you have to know you have the animals, they want to eat every day, oddly. And at the very least, we have to have food and vet care if needed. So it's always a struggle. The KC Farmers Market gives us their cold vegetables, and sometimes people in the neighborhood bring over extras from their gardens. So that helps. That does help.
As far as giving, you know, the sanctuary is a 501c3. They do not get any kind of funding other than from caring people who care about animals. That's pretty much how the whole thing is run. It's run on volunteers. There's no federal or state or city funding. It's just, you know, the average individual person who gives of themselves to keep the sanctuary running. And it's always a need because the animals just keep coming. You know, there's always more animals in need, and it's very difficult to say no when there's an animal that needs a home.
The second Saturday of every month, we have volunteer days where we encourage everyone to come out and work for 2 or 3 hours on the farm, mending houses, building structures, doing anything that needs to be done around the farm, putting up fences. And then we take an hour usually by the end of the day for everyone to bring produce and actually feed all the rescued animals out there on the farm. Gives them a chance to bond and interact with the animals, learn their personalities, and connect on a deeper level. And for some people, it's their first time ever meeting a cow, a pig, or a turkey, or a chicken in real life. And that's a very valuable opportunity, I believe.
Feeding animals, repairing fences, just little things. You'd have no idea how much wear and tear happens having so many animals. Just the infrastructure, being able to keep it up, it takes a lot of time and upkeep.
Some of the struggles that Cotton Branch is facing right now is making sure that we hit budget every year. And with having 2 part-time caretakers, that has increased our expenses, and we need to make sure, you know, our animals are taken care of around the clock, and we have to have help. So we do need some financial support to keep going. If you want to get involved with Cotton Branch, one way to do it is to go to Facebook. We have a Cotton Branch volunteer network, and that's a place where all of our volunteers across from, 3 or 4 states, you would say, you know, share ideas. We get ready for our volunteer work days, but it's a great experience for anyone wanting to you know, see horses and see the transformation of, you know, from animals that were formerly abused and neglected, and just to see them happy again. It's just amazing.
Parents can bring their children out to interact with the animals in an environment where these animals are allowed to live the rest of their lives out in peace and tranquility and love, instead of going to a place where they visit the animals that are destined for slaughter.
Once you visit, you really understand why you should give, because you see how these animals who have nowhere else to go, who are so vulnerable, some of them have been abused and neglected, and some of them have really terrible backstories, and this is a place where they are safe, where they have a forever home, they have companions, they have, you know, caring, compassionate people.
In summation, Cotton Branch is an amazing place with an amazing founder and amazing people. Its mission to rescue and care for its animals is succeeding, but it needs your help to continue doing so. Cotton Branch would love for you to come, visit, and learn about what they're doing to make the world a better place for the animals that call it home. For more information on how you can contribute, click the link below. Thank you so much for watching.